Everybody, Sharp here, and today I wanted to talk about one topic that I haven't really seen anyone else talk about, especially in the mainstream or analytical bubble of League. So the concept we're tackling today is initiative dependent comps. So that must sound like a scary ass word, but we're just gonna define a few things here. So initiative um, initiative is gonna be who has tempo, okay? And tempo is, so now we have to define tempo. Tempo is going to be who has their side lanes pushed, so the position of the sideways, who has them pushed further. Or we're going to define a bit different today, that was the old one. Today we're going to be who reaches river first. So if everyone just ran straight out, like just fucking rushed the river, who gets there first? Okay, the team who gets there first, they have initiative. Okay? Or they have more tempo, which means if you have more tempo, who has more tempo? Okay? And then tempo, who reaches zero first? Okay? So we got that. Who reaches zero first is who, if everyone just runs out of base after a fight or after basing, who gets zero first? Okay, they have initiative. Or they have more tempo. Ah, whatever, you get the fucking point. Okay, so dependent means that the comp needs, if it's dependent on something, in this case, in this video in the vacuum here is going to be if the comp is dependent on something, it can only is it only works properly with this thing. Okay, so to work properly, it needs what it's dependent on. Okay, so initiative dependent comps. So that's just then comps. So the comp is just the composition, right? The comps. We're just going to keep defining everything. Champions. Um, champions together, I guess. How the champions work together. Okay, so initiative dependent comps. These comps needs to have initiative to work, which means they need to get to an area first. Okay, so we're gonna look at a few examples here. So now initiative dependent comps. Let's look for like trademarks of them. Like how can we recognize them? Okay, we're gonna see no engage and low range. Okay, or they at least they get outranged and they have little to no engage. Okay, so if you look at Misfits comps, this is like not a classic one, but it's a very, it very clearly has little to no engage. Okay, you can argue like a Syrian sick and Leasing Cake and like Brom Flash ult, but like this is this is not proper fucking sack running in Sejani ulting, like Nautilus just randomly ulting someone. Okay, so you get the picture, and they at least get outranged, not only by like Corki rockets, but also the sack engage. So we're gonna look at a moment here where Origin has the control on Baron, so Origin has initiative. And they also have their silence pushed, right? Which is the other definition. So let's see what happens to Misfits. How do Misfits retake this area? Answer is they can't if Origin just sits there. So now they're gonna try. Misfits is gonna try. And they just run in. They like, look at Misfits vision. They have a ward here, here. They just warded here, and they have a ward back here. Like they have no idea what's going on there. Where's Corki? Where's Sakil? And I guess they see Renekton. But they just charge in because they're sick of not having the control. And then they just get bombarded because they need to fight front to back. But they can't do that if they're trying to take control of an area. Especially the way Misfits did it here. Just running in. And they get wrecked. I didn't set the scene quite as well for that one, but we're gonna look here again. Misfits, they don't have initiative here. Origin has full control. Now you can argue like they just have control because of the gold lead, but that doesn't matter, right? We just want to see how Misfits comp takes back control. And that's the whole point here, right? It's really hard for them to do because of the tools they've drafted. I'm not saying this draft is bad by any means. I mean, it is. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We don't care. We just want to emphasize the point that they can't retake anything because they need initiative, okay? So here they try again. It just becomes a clusterfuck of fighting. And there's no there's no structure here. There's no, because I mean it could be more structured, but it's not possible. Now I'm gonna look at another example. Where SK here they have initiative dependent comp again. They have little to no engage, and they're quite low range. But in this example, SK has the initiative. They have control, okay? They're gonna have these side lanes pushed. They're gonna be first in the river. They're gonna set up control. Now, let's see how the comp works now. Initiative dependent means that it works so much better when they have initiative, right? So now they can sit on vision, they can look for catches. A lot of these comps are, they just really want to look for catches. And now, like Dreams is trying to get some vision here and there. They're chilling in brushes waiting for someone to like fuck up. The point is that this is how the comp works probably. Properly, I guess. Just wait, and I think in any level of play, like someone is gonna get caught most of the time, right? And then they get a flash. And now they have control. Okay, so that's the point. The point is, when you see comps with, if you're in a game and you have a comp and you see, okay, we have little to no engage, like proper engage, which means you probably have a lot of pick, like you have Thresh, you have Elise, stuff like this, and you have low range, so we can't like poke someone out of an area or just whatever, you know. That means that initiative is so much more important. And the point I'm trying to get to here is that then you have to sacrifice other things for tempo because let's say you're mid laner, oh I can back here and get this item, but then you sacrifice initiative. It's pretty easy to say uh, when you sacrifice initiative because you know like oh their mid laner they're going to be 5 faster or they're going to be more people here faster. Then you're sacrificing initiative, okay? If you have the option to not sacrifice it. So your mid laner would say, oh if I base now. Let's say you're SK, okay, let's use SK, and then Baron in a spawn, uh, everyone is basing, okay, and then Trick says, oh, if I find 2 more camps, I have X item, and then you know that you are losing initiative if that's this, and if you have a comp like this, you should never do it. Like, I don't care if it's Rabadon Spike or whatever, like, you never do it, okay? That's the whole shtick here. You need to make choices you would normally make because it's, I mean, initiative is always important, but it's especially important because you have no way back when you draft stuff like this, okay? So that was the whole shtick. It was a bit different, I guess, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Peace.